So here's my theory on the idea of, like, when you process your stuff. Here, I'm going to show you. So when I created this earlier the lines weren't being shown very good on the camera, but you see all these implied lines. Now, mind you, they don't really seem like they're interconnected, but they eventually stem to the root. Now, the root is in my opinion, they're kind of always kind of there, but the thing is, they're kind of in your subconscious. So all you see is a bunch of lines. All you see is just like the outward signs and stuff, and there's a lot of them, but you're not really sure. So you ask questions. Freud, one of the things from what I understand, Freud said, like, if you just let somebody speak, then they'll just tell you everything. So all these lines here, and they eventually kind of, if you keep asking good questions and they feel the freedom to speak, they will eventually coalesce. Now, here's my second one. This is my part two to it. So you'll get to the root, right? And you'll reach that central point. Now, imagine they're dots, right? The reason why they're dots, in my opinion, is that these dots, they seem insignificant, but they're reaching from the point of a child. The child portion. So they might have needed something they didn't get. And it seems not that small. They're dots, but the thing is, those things got to be resolved. And the thing is, whatever thing that got you to now manifest this stuff is deconstructed, and now you have to start unpacking. So when you're done unpacking, now you have a lot more problems here. The thing is, this is a good thing, because now you're unraveling a lot of past baggage. You're kind of like what was like unpacking all the baggage that you have. So now that you resolved all the outer stuff and you resolved and you got to the root, now it's time to get to the real work. And the real work can be a little violent. I don't want to say violent, but it's a little crash out like. And so you see all these jagged lines. It's a lot of stuff. I seen this book here. I took the time to read this, and I did it at work, on my days, on my time off. And it's a wild ride, man. Like, I took time and I just read it, and it is a wild book to read, but it's very helpful, man. It's about somebody recovering from borderline personality and just being good enough where they can go by themselves. But it's a long ride. So whenever somebody has some stuff like that, borderline, NPD, and that really tough, I say check out the tragedy of the drama of the gifted child, the drama of the gifted child, or something like that. That's really important, by Alice Walker. What is it? Pete? No. Alice Walker. I'm not sure. Alice something. But Pete Walker has another one by CBT, about from surviving to thriving. That's another good one. But yeah, you have to uncover a lot of this stuff before. And the thing is that it's good. It's good you'll be here versus here. Here, it's a lot of acting out and stuff like that, and you just kind of don't know. You don't know how to fix it. You have a lot of complaints. You have a lot of things that people kind of really don't like anyway. And the thing is, you don't get to the root. And I should have just had like a transition where it's like you'll get to the root, but the thing is, just like should have had it maybe around here. These are little points. They eventually get to the true point, the true enemy. That's why I call it a true enemy. And then you solve those issues, and then you start unpacking, because this is when you get to the actual work. You have to weed through all the other stuff before you get here. And the thing is, it's easier, in my opinion, because you get so used to just solving the problems from these surface level problems, and then you weed past all this acting out, and you get to the truth. Like, okay, well, maybe it's not really my coworker who looked at me funny. Maybe it's more so like down the truth that I wasn't safe. So or I felt easily rejected because people who was supposed to really care about me, they didn't really affirm me enough. And people think that's bad, and daddy issues and mommy issues and stuff like that is really important. You really got to solve that stuff before you get to like really doing some helpful work. And the thing is, when you finally do get some helpful work, you train yourself to try to help yourself, or get like a professional, somebody to help you. You will do a lot of acting out. The thing is, you'll do acting out from both ends. But the thing is, at this stage, you'll do a lot more purpose, a lot more acting out and resolving that'll lead you to big change. But it takes a while for you to get there. It takes a long time for you to get there. So eventually, these single lines are essentially you resolving it. You're resolving all these jagged stuff, these uncomfortable lines, and you eventually become a little more emotionally regulated. As a result. So it just takes a lot of work. That's my point here. It takes a whole lot of work for you to get here, and but it's worth it. It's worth it. Before you get here, and you gotta go here, then you gotta go here, and then you gotta go here. If you read this book by Richard Rowland, Get Me Out of Here, you'll know she acted out a lot to her therapist. She acted a lot. She was in there for about 2 years, acted out a whole lot. She was doing all this, and she eventually, I guess, she admitted herself to a mental institution or hospital. I'm forgetting the term. I'm forgetting. There's a term where you send yourself to a institution, um, and you get checked in for a couple months. But yeah, you get a specialist. A specialist guides you through your mind and help you feel safe and helps you resolve this stuff. And they're gonna do a whole lot to just a whole lot of acting out that they kind of should have done during childhood and gotten that resolved. But the thing is, some parents are not really good people, are not good parents, and so they kind of arrest your development. They hinder your development, and so you end up just acting out from a place that just didn't get resolved. So yeah, so by the time you're healed, it's day and night by who you used to be. But it took a lot of this stuff before you can become I wouldn't even call it normal, but it is definitely resolved because it's far more better, far more healthier, and yeah, you live in a more regulated way, in a way that you can help yourself when you have those what you call it, those feelings where you feel like you might act out. You're a parent to yourself better. So I don't know. Tell me if you agree. I was just giving my thoughts on like how the general idea about dealing with complex issues, stuff like that, like CPTSD or BPD or APD. It's not exactly this model, but it's a general idea of this model.